Originally, this was going to be a 24-hour readathon, and then I thought we should probably slow down. So that's how we ended up here doing the booktube newbie tag. I found all these questions online. It says that the first 7 are like the original question. Over time, people have added up to 11. But I'm genuinely so excited to film this. I have been wanting to start this channel for so long and I've been putting it off. Okay, so the first question is, why did you start this channel? First of all, I love reading, and any hobby that I can connect to reading, I want to do it. I want to try it at least. I would love to be able to read all the time, all my spare time. That's just not possible. So if there's any hobby that I can try out that somehow relates to it, I want to try it. The second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Okay, now we are really feeling like an interview. I'm pitching myself to you guys. Funny, unique, okay. Definitely reading vlogs. Like, I love watching those. I'll definitely be making a lot of those. But also challenges. I am a die-hard fan of challenges. Not even with reading. Like, I just love a good challenge. So definitely challenges. Considering my first thought was to stay up for 24 hours and read, I will definitely be doing lots of challenges. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Okay, so challenges. Yeah, reading challenges, reading vlogs. I'm excited to talk to other readers online, and then also just learn how to film and edit videos. Question 4, the classic. I love reading for many different reasons. I'd say like the 2-parter would be, one is just I love to be able to like clock out of work and life and just get into a book. I find it's such a good way for me to unwind and also reduce the chatter in my brain. Also, I love being able to go inside someone else's brain and see their perspective and see how life is from their eyes, and also just being able to see so many different pathways in life. Just love that about reading, and I feel like I get to understand more about the people around me and the people that we share this earth with. What book or series got you into reading? Feels like a loaded question. I always read, like growing up, I always read a lot of vampire. There was this one series, it was like Shiver or something about, I think he was a werewolf. I loved that kind of stuff. But in adulthood, in university, I hadn't been reading any fiction. And then the first book that got me into fiction in university was in like, I think it was beginning of 2021, and it was The Vanishing Half by, let me look up, I think it's by Britt Bennett. It was incredible. And I knew I wanted to try out reading fiction again. And I think I just went on to like Indigo's top books of 2020. It might have been the first one. I read it. I loved it. I was so surprised by how much I loved the book. And then I kind of made a little challenge myself to read. See? We love challenges. A little challenge myself to read 2 books a month, I think, for that year. And one was supposed to be like a new fiction, and the other one was supposed to be a classic. I can't remember if I stuck to that rule, but yeah, that was definitely the start of me reading as an adult. Question number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Interesting. I don't think I've ever really thought about this. I feel like this is not very interesting, but I would want to ask if reading becomes a chore at all, because I know for a lot of people, it tends to be like an escape or something that they enjoy to do. But if you're forcing yourself to like read certain books in a certain time frame, maybe it would end up feeling like school reading. Number 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Definitely time. I feel like filming these videos and editing them definitely would take a lot of time, and I do work full time. So yeah, time. I think that's gonna be a little bit tricky. Number 8, I kind of already answered this earlier, but it's, when did you start reading? Oh, and also these are now the questions that have been added. As a kid, I always read. My dad would take us to Chapters and we could pick out a book, and that was like the highlight of my, I'd say it was like monthly, like probably a highlight of my month. We'd go get a little hot chocolate and walk around, and that was so fun. and I would just like zip through those books. And I also had, even when I was a kid, I had these challenges. I would get myself to read at least a chapter before bed, like even at the time where I was sleeping in a bunk bed. I would pull up my book. I kept it like between my bed and the mattress, and I would pull it out and read a chapter. I think it was like probably Judy Blume. I think so. And like those books that had the attached ribbon for the bookmark. So I've always read, loved it. Okay, number 9, where do you read? Right here. I love reading on the couch. Absolutely love it. Like in the morning with my coffee, my breakfast, I'll read on the couch. I do like reading in cafes, but I'm not obsessed with reading with noise. So I don't think it would be like my favorite place to read, but I do sometimes read cafes. And then at nighttime, I read in bed before I usually fall asleep with the book in my hand. Last night, my boyfriend got home from hanging out with his friends, and I was asleep on his couch with my book still in my hand because I'm loving it. I know this is not a time to bring up books, but reading Julie Chan is Dead. I have been loving it. Like, I do not want to stop. I was so tired last night and I just wanted to keep reading. So Julie Chan is Dead. So good. Number 10 is, what kind of books do you like to read? I honestly read like a whole range of them. I like to try out a bunch of different types of books, but I often go towards like literary fiction. Like I said, I love to be inside someone's mind and kind of see how their life is. And I love like the day-to-day life. Literary fiction, definitely my top, but I'll read thrillers, I'll read romance, I'll read fantasy. I will dabble into like most genres, just whatever is intriguing me in that moment. Last question I'm not going to do. It is, what does your book collection look like? I will probably just show that in another video. Yeah, this has been so fun. Also, I forgot to say, my name is Shayla, and I am so excited to continue making videos on here. It has been a long time coming, and I just cannot wait. So thank you so much. If you clicked on this video, I will be shocked if there's like 2 people clicked on this video. So thank you so much, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!